Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me today for a quick rummage. We're going to look at some post-playing era cardboard, one of my two stated collecting goals here for 2024. I have about 15 minutes literally before work free here, so just going to try to rip one off quick, get into maybe 10 or so minutes of rummaging and see what we can pull out of the box as usual. May has been one of the craziest months in years for me, and so I'm hoping to have more time as we get into the heart of the summer to share some of the many amazing pickups that I've had from my collection through the spring really. Past 3 months have some great stuff coming. Just need more time to actually record some videos and do some research and put them together. So in the meantime, you're getting another cheese box rummage, and we are starting with the great Satchel Paige, maybe the greatest starting pitcher of all time. Who knows? We'll never know for sure. On the 2023 Stadium Club design, love this photograph. Topps and other companies have used this photo elsewhere, but definitely a fan of it. And this is the members only parallel, which goes all the way back to the early days of Stadium Club in the early 90s, when you could actually join the club. And my brothers and I were inaugural members of that club. And so this parallel really has a lot of, it draws a lot of interest when it comes to my collecting. And nowadays, these are case hits. So I don't know how many are out there. They're not numbered. If you forced me to take a guess, I would say maybe like 50 copies of that Satchel Paige that exist out there. But great card to start us off. And we're going to switch from baseball over to hockey. There are multiple sports in this box as long as they are post-playing era cards. And within this one case, I actually have two hockey inserts. And these are from a set I've shown before. And I'm trying to complete the entire set from 2013 Panini Prism. These are immortalized inserts, which feature a player next to the Stanley Cup, a player obviously who won the Stanley Cup and is immortalized with their name engraved on the cup. I just love the look of these, and I am going after the Prism or a silver version, which are like refractors and have amazing etching. I say it every time I show one, but I love seeing Lord Stanley's Cup, the best trophy in all of sports, in just etched glory from Panini. This is a 20 card set, and it's quite difficult. Joe Nieuwendyk here for the Flames is one of the cheaper cards that you could acquire. Had a copy of this years ago, sent it off to a hobby buddy, and so I had an opportunity to replace it over this past winter for just a few bucks, and went for that. And then even more impressive to go with that one of the best netminders ever to take the ice, Marty Brodeur. And look at the etching. I mean, it's a little bright in here this morning, but if you look through his mask, just the level of detail, and then obviously, again, the cup there, the level of detail that goes into these cards is insane. So that's two more down for me in my pursuit of getting all 20 immortalized kind of refractors, so to speak. Sidney Crosby is the big name remaining, but that version of his card could go for maybe $100. And that's not an exaggeration. So next up, Panini Prism, the 2023 release. And this is another set that I've shown quite a few times now because it's a gold mine for post-playing era cards. Panini had some licensing issues with the Major League Baseball Players Association this season, or heading into this season. And so they had to focus on pre-rookies and veterans and stars in their product who are retired. And we got this great Joe Morgan on team color matching red with the running reds. Love the photo. Again, nice job getting an angle here where it's not super noticeable that that's an unlicensed card. And like the Marty Brodeur that we just looked at from Panini, 10 years later in the sport of baseball, still doing a good job with the etching. If you look at like the back of his uniform there and the wrinkles in his pants, like this card is all etched all the way through. So great looking card. These reds are numbered to 199. I have copy 174, and I've shown a few copies now of the Pete Rose red from this release, and so that Joe Morgan will go nicely with it. One of the premier second basemen in the history of the sport. Let's go to the middle portion of the box, and here's a hockey card. It looks like we're alternating today from a fantastic release, Upper Deck Masterpieces. These came out in hockey, I think it was 2008. It was a one-and-done set for hockey. They did two sets for baseball back in that time period, but just one for hockey. And I particularly love these framed cards. So this card if you look at an angle here, the border, the brown border is actually raised up off the card like a legitimate frame. And when you combine that with the canvas texture, which you can actually see pretty well here in the sunlight, it actually makes these look just like really small little paintings or works of art. And I'm just a huge fan of these framed parallels, trying to get some of the bigger names out there over the years, the Gretzky's, Lemieux, but it's like something like an 87 card checklist, but basically every player on the checklist is like a superstar or Hall of Famer, so you really can't go wrong. And love, love, love that Super Mario, one of the best all time and somebody who should get more hobby love. And how about another Stadium Club card? And this is a parallel that I've shown even more frequently than the members only, and it's kind of become my favorite, mainly because it's got great shine and it is serial numbered. Again, from the 2023, the most recent Stadium Club release, got Yogi Berra here. And check out this photo. He's like lounging on the, it looks like on the infield dirt, like on a chaise lounge, and he's got a TV set behind him that looks like a 55 Bowman era TV set, and just amazing rainbow foil. I'm fascinated by this photograph. I have no idea what's going on in this picture, but I love these parallels. And ever since I saw the checklist and the images revealed online for 2023 Stadium Club, wanted to try to get a nice version of this Yogi. He's a player that I certainly enjoy collecting. I have quite a few of his vintage cards, and so I love augmenting those with some great new modern shine. And as is always the case with these parallels going back over 10 years, serial number to 25, I have copy 24 of 25 here. And this was, I recall picking this up maybe a month or two back, maybe 2 months back, and it was less than the cost of a retail blaster of Stadium Club. And in my experience, I'm not going to pull anything near this cool or this much of a hit for my collection from a retail blaster of Stadium Club. I'll still open them from time to time because I really love the product, but I'd rather just go out and get the singles that are meaningful to me, and that Yogi is definitely one of those. And apologies for the glare. It's starting to get a little bit of morning light in here as I record, but we'll wrap this up in the next couple minutes. And it looks like our alternating between sports continues. And amazingly, we have our third immortalized insert today, the great Brett Hull, the Golden Brett, one of the worst nicknames in hockey history. I know my buddy Kin over at Bean's Ball Card blog will appreciate that, and will appreciate this card as well, being a Dallas Stars card, the team with which Brett won a Stanley Cup, I think around the turn of the century. And yeah, just, man, these look amazing. Look at the Stars logo. Just fantastic work. I wish Panini were able to make NHL hockey cards again. I was a big fan of their releases for the handful of years that they were able to produce them, and would love to see Panini hockey back in the future. Gonna move back to baseball. I'm really not trying to alternate here, but it's kind of funny how this is working out. And this is another case of both a post-playing era card and a former Negro League player, Cool Papa Bell. This is from Panini Select. Again, they had the same issues with their Select release that they did with Prism in 2023. And I'm sure that might have been a turnoff for some collectors. Like, you know, if you're a Mike Trout collector, you couldn't get a 2023 Prism Mike Trout or a Select Mike Trout, but you could get these retired greats. And to me, maybe I'm the exception to the rule, but it actually made me love the 2023 Panini releases way more than all of their other releases from recent years. So this is a Select Cool Papa Bell. Again, a photo that we see quite a bit. This is some type of a green Prism, and it's numbered on the back to just 75 copies. So obviously just picked this up, trying to add some nice modern shine of these, you know, former Negro League greats. No etching on this card, just an outline etch, but still, this was, I guarantee you, this was probably in the range of maybe like $2 or something along those lines. So with apologies to Satchel, we'll put Cool Papa Bell up in the background there. Continuing forward, it looks like we're going to break the trend here and do 2 straight baseball cards. And we'll probably end on this one. I really do need to get out the door for work, and we're approaching the 10-minute mark. But this is a fantastic card from an insert set that I've shown a couple of times now, and I'm trying to work on the whole set from 2013 Topps Archives Baseball. This is the Gallery of Heroes Babe Ruth. Check that out. Now, these are done on a stained glass type acetate material. So if you hold them up with some background light, of course, I just got some cloud cover as I pulled this out, but you can actually see through the card. You can kind of see the shiny Stanley Cup in the background there to the right of the Babe. And if you get them backlit, they look absolutely amazing. They look like a stained glass window from a church. They're fantastic cards. These are throwback cards to some inserts that were originally done in the late 90s by Topps, and they look very similar to these. But this particular card is actually from 2013 Topps archives. And if you have a player that is on this checklist, I would highly recommend going out and getting one of these Gallery of Heroes inserts. There's probably, I want to say 12 players on the checklist, maybe 15. A lot of greats, Jackie Robinson, Ted Williams, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays I'm positive about. Just, a lot of star power and some of the all-time greats, and they're just killer looking cards. Die cut at the top. They're very condition sensitive with these black borders, so you'll often see, this one actually looks pretty good, but you'll often see a little bit of white chipping around the borders. But yeah, if you find one of these for a few bucks, would highly recommend it. And for today, the Babe is going to be our final card to close out this rummage. So again, I'll be back in the coming months here throughout the summer with some content that's a little bit more involved in this. I have just some amazing cards that I cannot wait to share with all of you. But in the meantime, that's a wrap for today. Truly appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you're all enjoying the hobby. Take care.